Your Serene Highness, Prime Ministers, Ministers, Ambassadors, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I welcome you all to the Arctic Circle, but above all, thank you for making this assembly the largest annual international gathering on the Arctic, dedicated to an open and democratic dialogue where national and global leaders, scientists, experts, officials, entrepreneurs, business executives, and environmentalists, activists, indigenous representatives, and concerned citizens, young and old, come together here in Harper to share ideas, experience, visions, projects, and plans. With your involvement, we have, in just 2 years, succeeded in giving the world a new and unique platform to examine and structure our present and future actions and cooperation in the Arctic. Succeeded in sending a powerful message that together we are determined to be responsible as guardians and users of this huge part of our planet, the northernmost global homeland, which embraces the top of the earth from Alaska across Canada and Greenland, includes Iceland and the other Nordic states, ranges through the North Atlantic and other polar oceans across 7 time zones of the Russian North, its easternmost region, then linking arms with Alaska, thus completing the planetary Arctic Circle. The presence here today of delegations from leading economies of Europe and Asia, as well as the largest Arctic states, of representatives from prominent scientific institutions and global environmental organizations, participants from regions and communities across the Atlantic. Now, more than 1,900 participants from over 50 countries is a clear demonstration that our cooperation within the framework of the Arctic Circle has indeed become global. The core of the Arctic Circle is an open and democratic dialogue where each and every one has the right to be heard. A vision inspired by the challenges we all face in the coming years and decades. And as we know, as a prelude to the December climate negotiations in Paris, President François Hollande will in a few hours arrive here in Harper straight from the European Summit to deliver the keynote speech of the Arctic Circle on how the future of the Arctic reflects the fate of the Earth's climate. The President of China, Xi Jinping, and the Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, have mandated special delegations to this assembly to present the Arctic policies, projects, involvement, and vision of their respective countries. The United States, the chair country of the Arctic Council, and Russia, the largest Arctic state, will, through high-level representatives and political leaders, present their respective Arctic policies on Saturday and Sundays. Environmental organizations like the World Wildlife Fund, the European Climate Foundation, and others will also highlight their lessons, but also their warnings. Because science and research has and will be the guiding theme in all our discussions. Let me also mention that representatives of Guggenheim will, at this assembly, outline plans for a new wide-ranging public-private partnership in creating financial instruments for the evolution of Arctic infrastructure, bringing also in that session proposals for an Arctic investment protocol. These and many others will constitute our plenary sessions. But as we all know, in addition, various organizations, associations, universities, governments, think tanks, and companies, and regional authorities and private organizations have come together to organize in their own name and with their own agenda 70 breakout sessions that will take place during the Assembly, demonstrating that the Arctic Circle has truly become a multidimensional platform of wide-ranging global cooperation. Furthermore, the Republic of Korea has, in a great spirit of joyful generosity, decided to invite all of us tomorrow to a Korean night here in Harbor with dances and music from Korea. This year, let me also report, we have launched smaller and more specialized gatherings titled Arctic Circle Forums. The first of this took place in August in Alaska in cooperation with a variety of local partners and was dedicated to Arctic ports and shipping. The second forum will be in Singapore next month, co-hosted by the Singapore Maritime Institute with new sea routes, infrastructure investments, science and Arctic governance as its main theme. The third Arctic Circle Forum will be held in Quebec in March next year, organized in cooperation with Premier Philippe Couillard, whom I now welcome to the honorary board of the Arctic Circle, a forum which will be devoted to regional plans in the Arctic in the light of the success of Quebec's Plan Nord. The fourth Arctic Circle Forum will take place in Greenland in May, aimed at a dialogue between indigenous and regional leaders, organized in close cooperation with the government of Greenland. We have also, in recent months, explored actively the possibility of establishing special task forces aimed at furthering cooperation on concrete projects and plans, embracing thus our pan-Arctic vision of the future. But of course, the Arctic Circle Assembly itself will continue to take place every October here in Harpa. And the dates for the next 3 years are announced on the back page of your program. So I hope all of you will mark it down during this weekend and to decide to be with us not just next October, but also in the coming years. The consistency of our gatherings giving it additional strength. And thus, our work, my dear friends, is indeed evolving. But here today, I also want to thank warmly and sincerely the staff of the Arctic Circle Secretariat, but also all those who have in the previous months helped in preparing this assembly and other Arctic Circle events. Their work has indeed been splendid and their dedication outstanding. Remarkable to see these young people taking such an active role in organizing this new international Arctic gathering. And with these words, I welcome you again and thank each and every one of you for your contribution to the success of the Arctic Circle. It is indeed your assembly, and hopefully will continue to be a joint endeavor in our common journey towards not only a more responsible Arctic, but also a sustainable world. And I now invite Alice Rokov and then Frederick Paulsen to chair the opening session of the Third Arctic Circle Assembly. Thank you very much. Alice, please.